The man was horrified to realize that he had been forgotten on Mars for 108 days. Desperate to re-establish contact with Earth's space agency, he tirelessly searched until he finally uncovered the Pathfinder probe buried beneath layers of dust. Originally launched in 1997, the lander had long been abandoned, left to decay in the Martian sands. But the moment Jack dug it out, Earth's Space Center detected a sudden fluctuation in the Mars signal. At the time, no one realized that Jack had miraculously survived the massive storm over 100 days earlier. Curious, the engineers remotely adjusted the camera facing Jack. Because Mars is 65 million kilometers from Earth, data takes over 30 minutes to transmit. Knowing someone might be watching, Jack quickly prepared a whiteboard and nailed it into the ground. When Earth finally received the footage and saw the message Jack had written, everyone was stunned. He was alive after being presumed dead for over 3 months. From there, Jack and Mission Control began a full exchange using hexadecimal code. The entire agency watched in awe as a real-time conversation unfolded between Earth and Mars. Then came devastating news. Jack would have to survive on Mars for 4 more years until the next planned mission could bring him home. To help him hold out, the agency decided to send a rocket with supplies, but that would take an entire year to prepare. Fortunately, Jack had managed to grow crops on Mars, giving him a temporary food source. But disaster struck. A sudden pressure shift in the habitat caused a violent explosion. Jack was seriously injured, and every single plant he had cultivated was destroyed. Upon hearing this, the agency rushed to assemble a new rocket, so quickly in fact, that they skipped some safety protocols. It launched untested, and shortly after takeoff, it exploded mid-air. The mission had failed. If they spent more time building another rocket, Jack would starve to death. In secret, the project manager contacted the astronauts who were still on their return journey from Mars. He informed them that Jack was alive. Shocked to learn he had been abandoned, the crew unanimously decided to disobey orders and go back for him. But doing so could cost them all their lives. After intense calculations by scientists, they realized the ship didn't have enough fuel to enter Mars orbit. That meant Jack would have to launch himself from the planet's surface and rendezvous with the crew in space. To escape Mars's gravity, Jack needed to reduce the launch vehicle's weight by 5,000 kilograms. Piece by piece, he removed the cabin door and windshield until all that remained was a stripped-down shell, essentially an open-air rocket. It sounded impossible. Jack would likely die from the sheer force of atmospheric resistance before even leaving the planet, but it was his only shot at survival. As the world watched with bated breath, Jack climbed into his makeshift spacecraft, while his teammates positioned themselves in orbit above Mars. Then, against all odds, Jack launched into space in a vehicle barely holding together, racing toward an impossible docking with the ship that could finally bring him home.